Lois has a Santa flamingo fabric that needs to be matched. Barbara needs help getting ready for the holidays, and Anna is making quilts for her sisters. Let's help them out. Hi, it's Fran Morgan with Fabric Café, and I'm your fabric matchmaker. When I think of Christmas quilts, we think traditional red, green, with Christmas ornaments or greenery. But what if you have a holiday print that's a little bit more unique? How about flamingos and Santa hats? All of our participants have unique Christmas fabrics that need a little extra attention. I've got some great tips on how to make those special fabrics shine for the holidays. Let's get started. Now, our first fabric was sent in by Lois. And you know, whenever I first saw this fabric, Lois, I thought, oh, what a great tropical print, because it's in these beautiful aqua colors with these pink flamingos. But then I took a little closer look and I noticed that your flamingos are wearing Santa hats. And so I was like, wait a minute, this is a very unique Christmas fabric. Also, there's some really pretty silver snowflakes all scattered throughout the fabric. So I thought it was so unique and very understandable why it could be a little challenging for Christmas to get these flamingos and these beautiful tropical leaves in a Christmas holiday spirit. So let's read what Lois has to say about her fabric and show you the quilt. Dear Fran, I bought this fabric a few years ago because I'm a big flamingo lover. It features Christmas flamingos, and I'd really like to use it in a project. But I'm struggling to find matching fabrics. I know I don't want to pair it with black, but I'm just not sure what other colors would work. After watching your Matchmaker series, I thought you might be able to help. I'd be so grateful for any suggestions you have. Well, Lois, I think we have some great matchers and a wonderful pattern. Let's go check it out. Now, this is the Enchanting quilt. It measures 45 by 57, which is a great size for a lap quilt. Now, Lois, I chose Enchanting for a couple of reasons. First, your fabric is darling, and we wanted to make sure we picked a pattern that had a big enough block to really show off all of those festive flamingos. So right here, this is where they're going to go, with just a little touch right here. Now that's going to give that extra little cohesiveness with your focus fabric in this corner. And this is just a very small amount of half square triangles that are put in this. So those are going to go super fast, no big deal. I also really love it that it's the center of the block where the focus fabric is, and it's bordered with our 2 and 3. So it distributes the fabric really well so that it picks up all of the colors in every single block. So let's get this on the table and check out the 2 matchers that we've put with your focus fabric. Now, Lois, we are putting your fabric in the number 1 position, which is the focus position, and it's in this big block here. It's going to work perfect. Your flamingo fabric is directional, and it's going to work really well here. Now, we do have little touches of it here in our corners, but it's still going to work. It's just going to add a little bit of texture with all those great colors peeking through. Now, I will be honest, I understand why you struggled a little bit keeping this in the holiday spirit. So I really looked at your fabric. I love the beautiful kind of aqua colors that you have in this. And of course, the snowflakes and the Santa hats. So for our number 2, I kind of carried the theme of the snowflake, and I was able to find one in an aqua color that matches your background and your leaves, which was perfect. I was so excited whenever I found this fabric. So this fabric here is going to go in our number 2 position, carrying that theme through, and that is going to go everywhere the green is on this quilt. So it's going to frame half of your block. Now, to keep with the great holiday tradition, I have chosen this red for our number 3. And the reason why I went with the red is because I wanted to pick up the color in the Santa hats. I really thought that was important because, I mean, after all, this is a Christmas holiday quilt, and we wanted to keep that spirit. I also think that the polka dots on this, all the different sizes on the red, kind of look like snow, which I think is great. All right, so our number 3 fabric is going to border the other half of our block here, as well as a little bit on the border of the quilt and the binding. I think these all 3 combine so beautifully to create such a festive and fun Christmas quilt. As you can see, it just frames it so well. I love the red in there because it gives us a little pop of color, a little boldness there, and brings out all the red and the Santa hats on the flamingos. And then of course our gorgeous aqua color with all the snowflakes are there that pick up the aquas in your flamingos. I really like the way it turned out. So my tip for this and using unique Christmas fabric that isn't very traditional is to find a Christmas element that you can bring into your fabrics 2 and 3. Now Lois, for participating today, I'm going to be sending you 1 yard of the number 2 and 1 yard of the number 3 fabric, as well as the book, The Magic of 3-Yard Quilts. And this book will have your enchanting pattern in it. So let's check out what she has inspired for everyone else. So I love what I was able to find for everyone else because I found flamingos with Santa hats. Now, how unique is that? I was really surprised, so I had to grab it when I found it. These little flamingos are so cute. They're on a gray background. We do have some snowflakes scattered throughout. They have Santa hats, they have stocking caps with little scarves, and all of the little accent colors in their scarves and their hats is that aqua blue. So it works perfectly. Now this is our focus fabric. It's gonna go in our big block right here. So here is that number 2 fabric. We're using the same one that I picked for Lois. It has that snowflake on it, which is the repeating element of the focus fabric. And it's going to go everywhere the green is. And I also really like it because it's that aqua blue and the scarves and the hats have that little hint of aqua blue. I think that's pretty cool. And then of course for our number 3, we have our red with the little snowfall there. And it picks up all of the red and the Santa hats, which is great. Of course, that is going to go where the blue is. A little unique for Christmas, but absolutely darling. I think the gray background really kind of helps the flamingo fabric stand out, and I love all those aqua snowflakes snowing in the background. It is so much fun. Okay, the information on this kit is Festive Flamingos. It is our enchanting pattern from the Magic of 3-Yard Quilts book. Now, Barbara has sent in our next swatch. And this is such a great fabric. We have beautiful blue here on the background that actually kind of ombres in between the print here. We have our wise men here, our camel with Mary and Joseph, the beautiful North Stars, and it all has this very unique kind of wave to it. I think it is just such a tranquil and peaceful fabric that really needs a special quilt. So let's read Barbara's letter and find out why she sent us this fabric. I recently bought this fabric online. With Christmas coming real soon, I thought I could make a 3-yard quilt. Not so easy. I wanted this as my focal fabric, but now I'm not sure. If there's anyone that can find the perfect match and pattern, that would be you, Fran. I'm excited to see what you choose. I watch you on YouTube every day. They may be old episodes, but I love seeing the fabric and learning new ideas. I bought several of your kits and have 10 books. Thank you so much for your help. I'm excited to make this quilt. Barbara, I think we have the perfect pattern and mattress for you. Let's go check out the pattern. Now, Barbara, your fabric needed a very special pattern, and I think Gleeful is the perfect one. This pattern measures 42 inches by 54. Now, why is this the perfect pattern? Because we have a really nice size block here. This is a 10-inch block, and your fabric is a gorgeous scene, and we wanted to make sure that we saw all of the elements within this block, and that was really, really important. The next thing is your fabric has a simple tranquility to it, so I felt like that it needed a little extra energy. So alternating it with this gorgeous star block here is going to give it just that little bit of something that I think that your fabric needed. Now, very interesting. The star block is made with our focus fabric. Your fabric's directional, but it's going to work perfectly in this area. And then on these outside points is our number 3 fabric. I think it's going to work great. This is going to go together super fast, and it's just perfect. Let's get it on the table. Tell you some more about it. So Barbara, I think you were spot on when you wanted to put your fabric in the focus position, and that is what we're going to do as well, because it is going to go in this very nice size block here. Now, your fabric is directional and it works in this block, so you don't have to worry about the direction. Now, we do have a little bit of touches of it in the star right in the center, but because your fabric has some space around the elements, I felt like it would work really well. And if some of the textures and the prints got into the half square triangles, that's fine. It's going to add a beautiful texture. Now, something else that we did here, we not only repeated an element with our fabric, we repeated an element in the pattern itself. So as you can see, we have our beautiful star here, which is really going to pick up the stars in our fabric. Keeps that theme going, which I really, really like. For our number 2 fabric, we have picked up this nice cream that has the star on it. It's in gold, little bits of gold here, little tiny stars all around it. So we've got this main star as like a repeating element of your star in your focus fabric. Love that. That is going to go in your background, the border of this block, and in your half square triangles. Now for the number 3 fabric, I chose this really beautiful dark navy blue that picks up all of the colors in your fabric. I really thought that this is it anchored it so well, and this fabric is going to be on the outer points of your stars. So I think it just kind of continues the theme. One of the things that's very important to me is to not draw your eye away from the focus fabric, but to enhance it. And keeping a monochromatic theme like this is very good, as well as repeating that element, which I really love to do. That nice big block shows off your fabric so beautifully. And there is that star, and it's just bursting with brightness. I just love the way this came together. That little bit of number 2 with the star in the background just adds the right amount of texture without being competing with your focus fabric. So I think the tip here is building on our first tip of repeating an element. You not only repeat the element in your fabric, but you can also repeat the element in your pattern. So Barbara, for participating today, I'm going to be sending you 1 yard of your number 2 and number 3 fabric, as well as the book Big Block 3-Yard Quilts that has the Gleeful pattern in it. Now let's see what Barbara has inspired for everyone else. So I was able to find a very similar scene to Barbara's fabric. I really like that we have the wise men here. It's all on navy blue. We have the manger scene with Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, as well as all of the bright north stars. I think it's really important that we continue that in this pattern. So this is a beautiful focus fabric that we're going to put in the big block right here, as well as just a little bit in the middle of the star. Now we're continuing the theme with our number 2 fabric. We've got our gold star here that picks up the gold stars in our focus fabric. It is going to go in the background here. Then we've picked our beautiful navy blue to once again anchor it and have our stars really pop. That is going to go on the outside of our stars in these half square triangles, as well as on the border. And I think it really matches our focus fabric really well. And like I said, it gives it a great anchor. I think it's really beautiful. I love this big block that shows off these scenes. I think it's really great. And look how the focus fabric adds so much texture to the center of our star. I really think that works. It's a little unusual way to use a directional fabric, but it really works in this case. All right, let's get you the kit information on this. It is the first Noel. It is the Gleeful pattern from the book Big Block 3-Yard Quilts. So our next fabric swatch was sent in by Anna. Anna, this was such a unique fabric. It actually makes me smile when I see it because it's so out of the norm, which I love. It is so great. We have a royal purple background here with cactus with Christmas lights on it. Then we have our coyote here, our skulls, our chili peppers. It is so unique and so different, and we are gonna holiday it up. So let's see what Anna has to say about this fabric. Back in the 1980s or 90s, I bought some Christmas Southwest design fabric. My plan was to make 2 similar but different quilts, one for each of my sisters who like Southwest themed design and who both love purple. I tried Christmas fabric, but it was jarring against the Southwest fabric, and other Southwest fabrics felt odd with this unique print. A few decades later, I'd love to get this project done. If you can help me get started with a suggested pattern and fabric choices for one of them, I think I'll be able to tackle the second. Well, Anna, I think we have the perfect pattern and the perfect matchers. So let's go check out the pattern. Now, Anna, we chose the Resilience pattern for your fabric. And one of the main reasons why I did this is because your print has some space between it with the motifs kind of far apart. So I wanted a really nice size block, this one's 12 inches, so that we get all of the elements within the block so we can see what's going on. Now these 12-inch blocks are scattered with a star. You put them all together and it makes a quilt that is 40.5 inches by 56.5 inches, which is spectacular. And what's really great about this quilt, it's all done with stitch and flip. There are no half square triangles, so this is going to go together pretty quick. It's really a lot of fun to do, and I think your fabric looks fabulous. Let's go check it out. Now, why do we need a big block? Your fabric is a very large print with some space between the motifs. So if we went with, for instance, a 6-inch block and we were to cut the 6-inch square out of your fabric, you would lose all of the elements in your fabric. So we want to keep your fabric together as much as possible in a very large block, which is perfect. This resilience pattern has a nice size block, which is going to work perfect. We also have just a little peekaboo here in the middle of our stars of the focus fabric that's going to give us that color, that little pop there, so that it carries the theme throughout. Now I have paired it with a cream for our number 2, a nice creamy beige that has highs and lows in it. I think this almost kind of looks like snow, like if the snow had fallen, and you can kind of see how it has the little waves because it's covering all the things on the ground. I also really like this color for our number 2 because it picks up the color in your coyote. Remember, we're carrying the color theme, the pattern theme, all of those things through. So this is going to be our background, which is these areas here in between our star points. Now for our number 3, I have picked up a very textured fabric that has some reds and some purples. Sometimes, and I want to kind of mention this, if you're having trouble matching a purple, go with something heavily textured so that you just get hints of the purple so that you can't quite tell if it's the same shade or not. In this case, there's dark shades of purple, light shades of purple, so you're going to be able to get it, but they're just hints. The red picks up the reds of your chili peppers. And red is such a great Christmas color. And whenever you put the red and the star here, this is our number 3 fabric where this terracotta is, it kind of gives the essence of Christmas because it's the star, which I really like. It kind of keeps the Christmas theme with your Christmas fabric, but also keeps that Southwest theme, which I really, really like. You still see your cactus, it's all decorated with the lights, the chili peppers, the coyote, it's perfect. The red stars bursting for a little holiday cheer. I think it really, really turned out great. So a tip for you whenever you're working with an untraditional Christmas fabric, you can pair it with 2 fabrics that maybe are not traditional, but the pattern can give it that little hint of Christmas. So Anna, for participating today, I'm going to be sending you 1 yard of your number 2, 1 yard of your number 3, as well as the big block 3-yard quilt book that has the resilience pattern in it. Now let's see what Anna's inspired for everyone else. I looked long and hard for a similar fabric to Anna's because I really loved that Southwest theme on her Christmas fabric, to no avail whatsoever. So what I did is I just picked up a similar color theme. So I was able to find this gorgeous snowflake fabric in the reds, the blues, the greens with a black background. I think it's perfect for this quilt, and I think it's also a very unique winter themed fabric. This is our focus. It's going to go in our great big block as well as our little peekaboos here. Then for our number 2, we've picked up that great warm fabric in the beiges and off-whites, which will be our background here. And then the same red with that great texture that brings in some of those purples and reds for our star here, or maybe in this case it's a snowflake. And it's going to really help that pop and really create some drama on our quilt. I love the red in the star. I think it is so pretty and it highlights our focus fabric so well, and all of the colors of the snowflake really shine through. I like the little bit of a white snowflake in there because the number 2 fabric I think helps pull that out. So I think it just turned out amazing. Now this kit is Snowflake Hugs. It is the resilience pattern from Big Block 3-yard quilts. Now I'd like to share a gorgeous quilt with you. Cindy participated in our episode 33 with her fabric. It is in the Traditions pattern, and it's the focus fabric in this quilt. It's that beautiful floral that you're seeing there. And you see how well it came together. Cindy, you did such a good job piecing this and making this. It is striking. Thank you so much for sending in the picture. It's incredibly inspiring. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone who participated today and for sending in pictures of your finished quilts. It warms my heart to see them so much. If you've participated in Matchmaker and would like to send us a picture of your finished quilt, send it to matchmaker@fabriccafe.com. If you would like more creative ideas on how to use up your fabric stash for Christmas, then be sure to watch the video that pops up. It's Fran Morgan, your fabric matchmaker.